Welcome back, this is Dog. We're going to do a Lotro video. Level 1 to 7. Pretty quickly, I think. Hopefully at a decent pace here. I tried to make a fishing video. Talked about the recent patch changes. Did some fishing at Amber. And then realized I'd screwed up my memory drive on my streaming computer, recording computer, and the video stopped after 16 seconds. So 45 minutes later, I had nothing. So I decided to do a Lotro video instead. First of all, if you haven't played Lotro, but think you might want to, if this looks fun. Okay, I'm covering it up, aren't I? Or if you played it in the past but think you might come back to it, please, while this is active, log into your Lotro account or create a Lotro account and put in the coupon code Lotro free quests. Look at the quest packs that will open up. Whether you're premium, free to play, or whatever, for the rest of your account's life, these quest packs will be open. Such an amazing deal. And apparently soon they're going to make all of the expansions 99 cents. So if you want to get into a really good but old, some would say dated, MMO, this is a very affordable time to be able to do just that. So I usually play a champion, runekeeper, hunter, lore master. Lore master is probably my favorite overall. But I really want to try some of the classes that I haven't spent as much time on. And probably the number one example of that is the Minstrel. Now, normally I just can't handle going around playing my instruments at people and yelling at people, which that's what this class does a lot. But maybe I've matured. You know, maybe in my old age I've mellowed. And sure, normally I'm all about the paladin, but maybe I can handle the bard, the minstrel, right? I'm looking for a class that I can play with my buddy who just started playing this game. And so I'm kind of trying out different classes because we're going to sort of do some leveling together and stuff. Okay, if you're wanting to see all of the story, the quest, and like all the writing and everything, this isn't going to be the video for you. We're going to be moving at a pretty decent pace here.
There are too many deeds to be done.
Primarily because I'm not even sure that I'm going to continue to play this character past what we're doing here. But I also, I personally think that the writing in Lord of the Rings Online is among the best of any MMO. Certainly the epic quest line, I think, is really well done. And there is a ton of content there. And so I'm not suggesting that this is like the right way to play Lotro. Lotro is not an MMO where you just want to get to end game as soon as you can. That path would be, I think, a disappointing one in some ways. This is definitely an enjoy the journey type of MMO, which for some people is great. Some people will drive them crazy. For me, it's perfect. I love it. I've seen this starter intro zone so many times, I can tell you pretty much exactly what we're doing, you know, every step of the way here. So that is why I am moving pretty quickly. One thing I do love, let's go ahead and sort this one time now and see where it puts everything. One thing I do love is that I think we just got... Maybe the most recent one I have is the 11-year gift box. Anyway, it just shows what a long history this game has and how fun it is. Like, even if you just look at all the things that comes in the mini gift boxes. I mean, some of them are just stuff like... some of them are just like fireworks and stuff. But even that is fun. Like, there's just a lot of fun stuff. Wait, did you see what I did? See, I just don't know. I don't know. Let's move further and see how we like it. Let's use maces. Somehow I think maces probably make sense for me right now. Oh, did we get a new... Oh gosh. Where did that loot go? That's our ranged weapon? Okay. Cool, cool. Alright, let's go. Nope, we're not ready to go yet. We gotta go talk to Strider again. And I absolutely love this game. You know, it's not for everybody, and I get that. But, I mean, this MMO just absolutely does it for me. And I'm so into it right now that I may be willing to do like a slower series and actually take you through some of the storylines and such. But that gets a lot better if you focus in on the epic storyline. And for all the little side quests and stuff, I think it's okay to sort of just boogie through them, especially if you've experienced them before.
Well, if it isn't the rumor monger.
One thing I do like is we have just one big bag. So if you don't know how to do that, you can click on this and actually drag spots, you know, if you want to have. But I really like having them all in one big bag there. It's easier for me instead of all the different ones. All right, so yeah, we gotta kill wolves and gather the king's foil. Let's see how our combat does. Got these ranged attacks. I assume we're building something up here so that we can then do a... Man, does it seem like we don't have much DPS right now? Did they nerf minstrels? I thought minstrels used to be low level. It was just like you just go around like yelling at things and they fall immediately. Has that changed, or is it because I just haven't gotten into that? One thing I want to do is I want to put on... We've got some things we need to put on here. I'm going to try not to take all day in doing this. Gift of the Aldors. What's in that? That's the level 75 cloaks. No. There's the... Alright, there's that stuff. We need to equip this. Just trying to figure out... There's the level 75 cloaks. Trying to figure out where our... We're going to have a bunch of mounts. A bunch of mounts to equip. Wait, what is this? Armor. Okay, we don't need armor. We don't need journeyman pack. 2-year gift box, 3-year gift box, 4-year gift box, 5-year, 7, 8, 9, 1 year. We should do a video just on what's in the 1 through 11-year gift boxes. That'd be fun, right? So I'm guessing that the other things I'm looking for are going to be in these. Alright, those go with the horses. Actually, we'll just wait on all that. I think we can go ahead and learn some of these. What's in this? Yep, gift from the High Elves. That's one of the things. And here's the other one. Alright, we want the one that has will, right? Not might, vitality, not agility. Will. Alright, so now we've got our 2 earrings on. We have our back on, right? Or no, we have our pocket. We have a back somewhere too. Let me think of where that's kept. That's not in any of the year gift boxes. That's armor. I don't know where it is, but we've got one somewhere. Our inventory is about to be awfully full, that is. Some of this we can just go ahead and equip. I'm pretty sure. You know, maybe I'm thinking of something you purchase out of the store. I think I am, because you also have like tons of Lotro points. And so you, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Where did those go? Right there. Okay. I think I'm thinking of something that comes out of Lotro points. My bad. All right. Well, at least we got the earrings on, and our inventory is now half full, and will be a nightmare, but we'll deal with it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That helped a little bit, maybe. So this is what being a minstrel is like these days, huh? Let's get rid of all these abilities down here we don't want. Lotro store. And whenever I ever do finally settle on a class to play, I will, maybe do some videos actually playing that class. I think there's actually wolves up here as well. Alright, let's get the king's foil. A quest item. I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure that minstrels have been changed. There you go. I think we got all the wolves we need to. Now we just need to finish getting king's foil and then go check and see who is the source of the wolves. We did it. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to mention that I really like. I don't think I've mentioned this yet. I really like the loot system in Lotro. You don't click on mobs to gather the loot. It just goes into, let's see if I can show you. It just goes into a nice little bag that is shown on the side of the screen. All right, so we killed that wolf. So this bag down here on the bottom right says pending loot. So it kind of goes into your pending loot table, and then you can decide like what you have an hour to decide like what you want to keep or destroy out of there. So you don't have to take all of the garbage loot. Especially if you're like running up an alt, it's not necessarily worth your time to like fill your bags and have to worry about inventory management.
Impossible. A weakling like
If it's your
you
first
can
character,
easily
you probably
blow
want to
past
just to be
them.
making some silver as you're going, but... Alright, returning to Strider. I don't want to make this video long. I was hoping I could get through the whole intro, but that is starting to feel like that will take a while. With as slow as the DPS is going for the Minstrel. I'm going to end up playing a hunter or something. I can feel it.
Calder Cobb is a traitor. Danger has found you earlier than I predicted. I cannot decide
All right, what's
which
this?
is more dangerous right now.
Piercing
Calder
Cry.
Cobb's treachery or the ignorance of
12 to
Captain
18
Buckingham.
damage. It also interrupts. Costs 4 power. Okay. We'll try that. It doesn't look like it really does significantly. It's about the same damage as the other two abilities we're using, so.
Oi, you there! Let me go! Calder Cobb can vouch for me!
How can I be of service?
How can you say this? Calder Cobb has been loyal to me since he was a boy.
Well,
I suppose it would be
I don't know how to break it to you, but
investigate your claim.
Oh dear, looks so changed since last night.
Hey, you there! I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. Alright. We need to kill some boars and go talk to Cal down here at Sprigley's farm. And then go gather the herbs that the Hobbit needs for her not so tasty potion. Oh, there's our first yell. I like it. So a little bit of a cooldown on that new ability we just got, but it does do an interrupt, so you kind of probably save that for those moments when you're needing to interrupt something. Oh. Where did you come from? Yeah, it's just not like... It's not the same, right? Oh, you have to stand still for healing, huh? Now, the DPS may get better as you're able to choose the red line. It probably helps some. Get some more damage-focused abilities and passives. But, you know, I was playing a Guardian earlier. And the time to kill seems like it's a little bit longer than it was on Guardian, but maybe not by much. But again, something has changed. I'm telling you, there was a time when, maybe not at endgame, but like running around in your mid-levels, low levels to mid-levels, it was just like, Minstrel seemed pretty OP. That's not how they first started when the game first came out, but there was like a stage of, a moment of time when that was the case. Need a little bit more boar meat here. I'm going to play you a song that's not going to feel too good. I also thought there was more shouting with the Minstrel's rotation, so maybe we don't have a key damaging ability yet. I mean, I'm sure we don't, but maybe it's one that makes a significant difference. Alright, Cal, what do you say?
A stranger, eh? You're the best thing that's
That's where you get the cloak.
Our best hope is to get help from Combe, our neighbors. They will not let our Chet fall to brigands.
Oh yeah?
Stay a moment.
We reached level 5 without dying. That's pretty sick. The gate is blocked. They're not going to let us go get help from Archit. I mean, from Combe. Archit is going to have to deal with its own problems. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to keep an open mind on whether or not this intro to the Minstrel class is going to lead to me actually playing the Minstrel. I'm trying to choose a class to play with somebody. Once I've chosen the class, I will probably play it
I must write to Brackenbrook at once.
for quite a while, actually. So I want to be thoughtful in choosing what class it's going to be. One advantage of the Hunter class which I've never played Hunter to max level, but I've played Hunter a lot, if that makes sense. But one advantage is you do have some skills that will help with traveling around the world with your compadre. And you need to examine him before that piglet turns around and notices we're here. And I guess that's the same for Warden as well, but I played Warden back in the day for a long time, and Warden was really fun, like, as I learned how to play it and played it for a long time. But it was a hard class to come back to, like, after I would be gone for a long time, just because of all of the muscle memory with the combos and stuff. But I don't want to take him on with this class because it might take a while. Did I already examine him? Yeah. I didn't mind the Guardian too much. That's definitely a consideration. I mean, that's another class I've never really played much. So that's a possibility. I was playing a Dwarf Guardian earlier. And then we got to go find this one more deceased farmer. What are we, level 5 already? Wow. Okay. So we go back by Sprigley's farm. And then I think they send us back to actually arch it proper. Be getting rid of some of this stuff. So the cosmetic outfits, you don't have to keep the items as long as you have them in your cosmetic storage. And I do have all of these and more in my cosmetic shared storage. Alright, so we don't have the... So it looks like it's one-handed weapons only. And we can't do an axe, so I guess we'll do a sword. Or we could do a dagger. That kind of makes sense, right? Somehow, that kind of makes sense. Yep. Alright, now we run back. Who is shooting at me? You little spy? Play our little song of healing. Alright. Once we get out of the intro, we'll be able to learn riding characteristic. And get rid of all these mounts from our inventory as well. Ooh, I love the dragon fireworks. Oh no. It's blocking our view. Pretty sweet. It is nice that if you choose to, you can use cosmetics even from a low level to make your character look like you want him to.
Lovely. This is sure to cheer Omdir right up.
This will do nicely.
First ring.
Gives me something to munch on for a bit, at least.
This tea will help Omdir feel better. I
Not
just
gonna
know
taste
it.
good.
I thank you, but I have not the stomach to drink this now.
Did my tea perk him up? I
Absolutely.
knew it would.
Absolutely did.
What have I done?
Well, you know.
Just how wrong I have been.
So we want to choose what? Honesty, maybe, as an early DPS? Or wisdom? Maybe it's wisdom. And then we're definitely going to go red. Gonna go red. Alright, what do we get? Perfect Ballad. Ooh. That looks like that might be a good opener. High critical chance. Okay, so this is like that one's big damage. This one is like a buff. So maybe for longer fights. And that's just a big damage hit. Okay. What do you say, Strider?
Do not despair. You have done well.
Alright, let's go talk to old John Brackenbrook. Alright, let's test out our new stuff here. Oh my goodness. Wait, what level was that wolf though? Is that a level 1 wolf? I guess that's one way to feel OP. Target a level 1 wolf. Check. We're about to go have to fight some similarly leveled opponents, so we'll get a better view of it. Okay. That scream did pretty good, to be fair. I think it's gotten better. It's still not quite the DPS I remembered. I guess I could have been overplaying it in my mind. But now that we're into the red tree, we've got some... Ooh. Critical hit with dissonance. Is that what that said? No, with piercing cry. So it is this one. Critical hit will stun the enemy. 30% plus 30% piercing cry critical chance. That's pretty cool. +1 melee critical, range critical, tactical critical chance, tactical critical multiplier. So that's just standard damage. This one's fundamentals is really good too, right? You're doing so much ballad and coda damage, right? Plus 25% damage after 5 points. That's just a 1-pointer though, right? So we probably go maybe 1 point in this. I don't know, that just affects one ability though. Maybe we go 4 points in this and then 1 in the... I don't know. I don't know what 1% tactical crit chance and tactical multiplier per point. How that... I would assume 5, 10, 15, 20, 25% more damage there is better, but the other one affects all of our abilities. That one just affects ballads and codas, but that is most of our abilities, so...
I presume you're here to bring me ill news from town.
Yeah, you're
Calder
right.
Cobb has shown his true colours at last.
At last. At last he has, John. Wait, isn't there a Marsh Queen around here somewhere? Usually. There she is. Alright, here we go. We got a quest item. Oh, this isn't where we want to go. We turn that back in at the hunter's place. So it's definitely feeling a little better. We're in dissonant stance. Of course, it's nice having the range damage. It's not bad. I feel like it's getting better and better. Alright, so... -3% power cost to all non-anthem skills. +1% tactical damage. +3% tactical damage to all ballads, codas, and cries. Plus the base damage, 2330. +3% healing to healing. Power cost. Tactical damage, all ballads. So I guess you kind of want to get all 3 up and then do... Removes all ballads. So I don't know if you want to do Coda Fury unless you're actually gonna finish combat. Maybe you just should keep it up. How much damage did it do? 46 to 65. It's like 3 of these, or 2.5 of these, or you can just call a fate on call down. Let's try this. I'll go ahead and do the buff one, because that doesn't remove. So now instead of dumping it all, we just keep it going. And then if we want to dump it, we can. It does a bunch of damage. This doesn't remove... Yeah, it's for 1 minute. Okay. So is that still up, right? So just every minute I have to... Okay, I got you. I got you. I will hit you with my dagger. That's not bad. I'm kind of getting into it a little more. And I can get more... like, there's lots of different instruments, right? Like, we're using a basic lute. I think you can even get, like, drums. We can just drum them down. The lute's not terrible, though. I need to be using this on cooldown, though. Hey there, friend. And then let's dump it. That does do pretty good damage when you dump it. I just don't know if it's worth dumping it with the coda. I can look something up. Someone's run the numbers on this. Dumping it with the coda every time you can, or if it's better just to keep it going, pull from pull. Seems like you could kind of string together stuff without... Where am I and where am I going? Okay. Without, with less downtime maybe, if you don't dump the coda too often. I don't know though. It's quick to build them all back up. I mean, it's just three musical notes basically. All right, we can turn in our Marsh Queen head to Fenton over here.
How can I be of service?
Lady of the Flies. All right, John. We got the plans. We've brought them back to
Good
you.
work, my friend.
Oh,
I believe there is hope for us yet.
I don't think this
We only need a strategy.
light armor helmet looks that good. It's okay. Talk to Atlee Spiderbane. Okay. Atlee's in here, right? Nope. We're not doing the bedroll. I'm not going to make y'all watch the bedroll quest. It is good though if you haven't seen it.
I'm at your service.
It introduces the lore really quickly, which is nice. Get you going with the Lord of the Rings story that you know and love. All right, we're close here. I think we're gonna make it. I think we're gonna make it. I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to keep going here to the end, but I think we are. These are level what? 6? Keep your webs to yourself, please. Take that. Come on. I don't know, that coda does enough damage that I'm now thinking it might be worth just dumping it. Especially if our cry is on cooldown. Call to Fate. Maybe dump the coda when Call to Fate is on, or dump the ballots when Call of Fate is on cooldown. I'm thinking that's the plan here. All right, we got to return to John now. We're basically like putting buffs on ourselves and then dumping them with the Coda of Fury. But the Coda of Fury does enough damage that it might be worth dumping them. But we want to keep the Anthem of the Third Age up. Once we have 3 ballad buffs, we can use this. Alters Coda. Coda refreshes Call the second age. Added anthems, add effects. So that's an anthem that changes this. Okay, hold on. How does it change it? Does it say in the tooltip how it changes it, or do I have to figure it out? Adds 10% to your call damage. What are the calls? This is a call. This is a cry. Okay. So it doesn't really... That doesn't change anything about our possible rotation here. Oh, we've got a skill point. I think we go this first.
A dead end will surely work in our favor.
John Brackenbrook and his hunters have reached the outskirts of Archit to find it already ablaze. A desperate struggle to save their village is about to begin. Hopefully, you have arrived in time.
I think we have arrived in
We
time.
have no time to lose.
I will play my lute, and we will rescue your
We
father.
must save Ned.
We actually probably won't, but... Alright, so it's on cooldown now, so I think now we go ahead and dump it. And by the time we get our buffs back, strike is back up. So I think that's gonna be the rotation. So basically it's like ballad, 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 call to fate, which is a call, and then actually, I guess it would be ballad, 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 call, and then Coda of Fury, and then ballad, 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 and then Coda of Fury again. I think that actually would be it.
Our Chet must still be saved.
I think that's it. So I think we're dumping Coda every time. That's my working belief
There
at this
are more
point.
up ahead.
All right, first let's get the buff, and then we'll cry, and then we'll Coda, and then we'll ballad up again. We still have the buff from the first time because it lasts a minute. Dump it again. Actually, we could have gone ahead and
We
cried.
must find my father before
It was
it's
off
too
cooldown.
late.
I didn't realize. Okay, it's starting to make sense. I could be wrong about this, like rotation I'm doing here, but I think that's probably
Look,
a
up
reasonable
there.
rotation.
All must not be lost. Well met, friend. Is the crafting hall safe?
Uh-oh. Oh, I never buffed myself. Oh, it hasn't worn off yet. Well, let's renew it. Cry. And then if he was still alive, we would have dumped Coda at that
Although
point.
the Mad Badger burns, I still hold out hope. Father, I knew you would survive.
They approach! Defend us!
Okay. Yeah, I think that seems like a pretty decent rotation. And it honestly isn't near as slow as it felt when we first started. It seems reasonable now, DPS wise. Uh-oh, Amdir, what are you doing? Calder Cobb, don't you dare hurt Captain Brett.
Father! No!
He trusted you, Calder Cobb. Alright, John.
What misery has befallen us? My father was right.
With the Black Wolves' attack foiled, the people of Archet have begun to rebuild. Yet not all hurts are so easily mended. The fate of the Ranger Amdir remains uncertain and may have dire consequences for Breland. But hope remains that he may yet be saved.
And that, my friends,
What can I do for you?
is the introduction to Lord of the Rings.
Would you do something for me?
Now, there is a...
Might I take a moment of your time?
seeing what they were going to give us. So really, the only thing we can choose here is the knife. Okay. There is a new player tutorial that I did not play through, and that does give you a little bit of story. So if you've never played Lotro, play through that new player tutorial and go right into the introduction. And then once you finish that, you then become a novice. And so for me, because I've got so many years on this character and things built up across the account, I can now do things like, you know, activate riding and choose a mount and do all that stuff. Some of that stuff's not available if you are free to play. You have to earn it in game, which is nice. I think Lotro has a good balance of earning stuff in game versus there being some convenience if you are a premium or VIP player. Premium players are folks who have ever spent money on their account, I believe is the correct terminology, and VIP is someone who is actively subscribed to the game. I think I have those right. I could have those backwards, but anyway, there's like 3 different tiers basically based on your account status. And but unlike some other MMOs, you really can play this free to play and see a lot of content. I mean, I think that there's it's a pretty generous amount of content that you can play completely free, especially given the fact that right now Standing Stone Games is offering this Lotro free quests. By the way, you can do that from the character select screen, or you can do that from in-game. Anytime you go to the Lotro store, from either location, you just click redeem a code and then put the code in here, and that will activate all of those quests. And so those used to be things that if you were a free-to-play player, now if you were subscribed, you always have access to those. But those used to be a thing that if you were a free-to-play player, you would have to like save up Lotro points and then purchase them to decide where you wanted to quest. So again, there were ways you could do that free to play, but it took some time, it took some grinding. But now that you have all of these quest packs just open to you, I mean, that is crazy. And I think this is, yeah, it's good through August 31st, 2020 here. So if you want to play Lotro, do that. And there is so much good content in this game. To me, I mean, it's personal preference, right? But I love Lotro. I may even keep playing this Minstrel. He's kind of growing on me. He kind of is, and it's a class that I don't have much experience with, and I tend to like healing in MMOs, so there's some reasons to maybe give this a try. That's why Runekeeper was always one of my favorites, because I could go into the healing spec or go into a really use a very good damage spec. So, okay. As always, thanks for being here. Let me know if you're if you have played Lotro or planning to play it. If you're going to redeem this free coupon code. And oh yeah, this is how we get our. This is another great thing they do for new players, is kind of to keep you moving along. They give you these boxes. They even start you off with a wrapped horse whistle, so you can use a horse to just for like 24 hours to see what it's like to have a mount. And that if you play for a lot during that 24 hours, you can get to the point where you can unlock the mount yourself. So it's pretty cool. And then as you keep getting higher levels, you can keep opening more of these new wanderers, and there's some pretty cool stuff in there. Lots of tomes, maximum morale, slayer deeds, a lot of useful stuff. Really, it's actually pretty nice. Don't show me that again. Just arrange my inventory. Okay, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here though. I guess the other thing is, let me know if you want to see more Lotro content. If there's any interest out there, I definitely am going to continue the fishing videos, and I'm really bummed that the one I did tonight didn't make it. Especially, I was really wanting to start kind of this new habit of whenever patches happen, do a reaction video to the patch. But this the Russian Fishing 4 patch that happened last night was so small, there wasn't a lot of. There's a couple of bullet points to talk about, so I did that. Maybe in the next video I make for RF4, I'll try to at least mention those again and briefly talk about them. But thank y'all. I hope to see you again soon. Peace out.